Oi oi people, just a quick one. I've been to Bluewater today and smelt some new stuff, and I just wanted to give you my first impressions and also show off the samples that I got. So start with the big one everyone's been talking about. It's getting a little bit of hate. Sauvage, the new Dior. I didn't want to hate it, I didn't want to dislike it because I don't like being the same as everyone else, but unfortunately I don't hate it, it's just boring, a bit too masculine, I know it's supposed to be masculine, but it's old man vibe to me. What I mean is the kind of fragrances that older men were wearing back in the 80s and the 90s. I can picture my dad wearing this. It's super spicy and woody. It's one of those fragrances you kind of smelled it before. So for Dior Sauvage. What else? This one. Yeah, this one is not on the correct thing, but I know what it is. I wanted to smell Dunhill's Icon, another men's fragrance, and I was blown away. Everyone's been talking about it. It's getting, every now and then people are talking about it, and it's getting quite a lot of love. And so I had to smell it. Great big sturdy bottle, looks pretty cool. And the opening is different to what I'm smelling now. So this has been on this card for maybe 2 to 3 hours. The opening blew me away. It reminds me of Fahrenheit, not because it smells like Fahrenheit, but that complexity, that like the way that it stands out and it's different. This has now softened quite a lot, and it's sweet and it's a little bit woody and a little bit violety. Oh, it's really, really nice. This is, I would imagine, a crowd pleaser at the moment in its dry down stage. When you first open it up, it's huge. It's just so complex. And I mean, I can't really remember exactly what I picked out, but there's sweetness in there, and I think there was almost like that kind of violety petrol bit that you do get in Fahrenheit. Is probably maybe why I put them in the same ballpark. But what I mean when I compare it to Fahrenheit is just the complexity and the sheer bombasticness that you get from that opening spray on your skin. Now, as I say, it's really changed, which is, I think, a good thing as well. It's clearly not a linear fragrance. So Dunhill Icon gets a big thumbs up from moi. Next, Miu Miu. This is, I think it's their first fragrance. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. The problem with it is, for me, it's got Lily of the Valley in it, which I don't get on with too well. It just, to me, it's the kind of fragrance that Nans have, you know. It's the kind of fragrance that Marks and Spencer's used to put in their hand lotions and stuff. It's much nicer now it's dried down on the card. And I got a sample of it. So I can, but the bottle is fabulous. I love the colours. That's my like perfect colour combination. The bottle is absolutely stunning, kind of almost good enough to buy even though you don't necessarily like the smell. But yeah, I think I can still detect the lily in there, and therefore it's not for me. Bottle though, fucking hell, awesome. Sorry for swearing. This random bit of scrunched up paper doesn't have anything written on it, but I know what it is. It is Thomas Sabo Rebel at Heart. It's the men's, I think it's the only men's Thomas Sabo do. I went into the shop, Thomas Sabo's a jewellery shop. I love the quirky little bits and pieces that they do. But this opens up like Dior Homme Intense. It's just beautiful woody iris, slightly sweet smell. Within 3 minutes, that subsides and it starts to change. What I'm left with now is reminiscent of a little bit like the Van Cleef & Arpels Bois d'Iris. I get a little tiny bit of like really soft, smooth leather and woods and just general sweetness. I really do think that is an under the radar gem. I think it's completely unisex. Girls should definitely sniff it out, and the boys, I think it would be a compliment getter. I really do. Really nice. Thomas Sabo, Rebel at Heart. I also picked up. I also sprayed some Terracotta by Gourlame. Yeah, it's been out for ages. I've sniffed it over the years. I think it's the lady was saying it's a summer thing, so it just comes out in the summer, or it's limited edition. But now it's a full-time member of the range. I only tested it really because I am doing a roundup of frangipani tiara type scents, and this is obviously one of those. Really, really rich. Even though it's a summer fragrance, it's quite heady, quite exotic. That's really it for Terracotta. I like it enough, but not enough to need a bottle. Then I just thought I'd show you all my samples. I used to work in House of Fraser, and I bumped into a friend who's also still working there, so she was super generous and literally gave me tons and tons of samples. We've got Chloe, Euphoria Essence, Daisy Dream Forever. I've got, oh, this is from a different lady, Le Petit Robe Noir, sorry, and it's called Eau Fresh. So it's like the summer, the lighter version. Got a Euphoria for women, Flora Botanica. I know that I like that, although I haven't really sniffed it properly. And I think that's the same Euphoria Essence. Oh, I've got a Cool Water, and I've just dropped one. When I say I just dropped one, I meant a sample. Cheeky. Chloe Love Story. Got the men's Bottega Veneta. Eternity Now, that's for men. I've not seen or heard of that one, so I'll have a sniff of that. And then this one was just sitting in a basket with some others you could just help yourself to. La Perla Jaime Gold. Opens with freshness of bergamot, passionate and refined, a heart of jasmine, floats among tender white water flowers. Sensuality unfolds in warm base notes of caramel. So that would be interesting to smell. That's pretty much all of them. So, oh, I forgot to tell you what I've got on all my arms, both my arms. So I did put a bit of terracotta there. Kind of faded quite a lot, but then my nose is a little bit overwhelmed. Now it's still there. On this hand here is a new Alea. It's just amber. It's really quite masculine in my opinion. I think it's supposed to be for women, but it's absolutely unisex, if not leaning masculine. It's like a more toned down amber absolute. It's a little bit smoky. Or like a more extreme Hermes, what's that Hermes one? Can't remember, but you know what I mean, in the really lovely bottle. Anyway, also I've got something there that I can't remember. That's the new Jo Malone, Mimosa and cardamom, or cardamom and mimosa. Really nice, but I don't need a bottle, and it's faded. That's been on there about 3 hours. It's not lasted well enough for me. Very pretty, but yeah. Got Kiehl's Musk here. A little bit too masculine for me. And oh, I found one in Marks and Spencer's. It's heliotrope something. Might be Fragonard. really sweet almondy. It's nice. I love the way it smells, but I don't think I could wear it. I think it'd be too cloying. Finally, in Marks and Spencer's, you probably can't see it, but can you see that there's some sparkles on my skin? It's called Bois d'Orange. It might be Fragonard, and it's got a Bois d'Orange d'Or. It's got gold flecks in it. I hadn't realised. I knew it was called d'Or, and I wondered why. I knew that means gold in French. So, and then later on, I noticed that I've got sparkles on my arms. So the fragrance has got sparkles in it. It smells really nice. Of everything I've smelt today, it might be my favourite actually. I don't need a bottle still. I love the fact that it's got sparkles in it. I think that they are very brave because they're cutting out quite a lot of people really. Not everyone wants sparkles in their fragrance. So, and especially as it's such it's not a feminine or masculine, it's definitely unisex, but now they've put sparkles in it, they're probably not going to sell it to men, which is a shame. But anyway, I love it. So that's that. I'm going to go now. Bye.